So good morning. So what I was going to tell you all about this morning is I'm going to spray our crepe myrtle. We've got powdery mildew that's started on it. It's just barely started in a few places on the top of the tree. Better to get that sprayed before it has a chance to even start. However, I'm going to talk a little bit about this. It's the Spectricide Immunox, and I'm not pushing this brand, but I would say invest in a good fungicide. You know, it'll save you from a lot of grief. But this is briefly what it will protect against your roses, flowers, ornamental shrubs, and trees. You can use it on your, like I said, your roses, your azaleas, mountain laurel if you have it, rhododendron, some of the more common ones, and y'all can see it here: honeysuckle, zinnia, chrysanthemum. There's just quite a few, as you can see. I'm not going to read them all. Marigolds. I'm pretty much reading out some of the more common ones, like the ones that we have around our house. Geraniums, viburnum, snapdragons, as well as, flowering almond, whatever that is. It sounds like a tree. But we're going to use this this morning. I'm going to spray our crepe myrtle, like I said, but every year we have problem with our squash. The squash just does not do well. We struggle to even get any squash off our plants each year. They don't thrive, as well as the cantaloupe never produce a fruit. I mean, the cantaloupe will produce, they'll make a bud, but then the buds either get chopped off, eaten, or the plant just withers. And it's the same thing with the squash. But let's just kind of walk over here and take a look at the squash, and then I'm going to spray. I'm going to mix up a gallon. It's basically 1 tablespoon per gallon. I have a little 1 gallon sprayer. Many ways to apply it, but that's the way I'll do it. So you can see this squash. All 3 of these squash are looking pretty good. This one does have a little bit, a few more yellowing leaves and not as a nice green color as these other 2. But this is about when we usually start having trouble with the squash. You know, you can see that we do have a bloom on it, and then we do have some buds below that are going to turn, or I guess they've already bloomed, that are going to start fruiting. But we're going to spray the squash with this fungicide and see if that helps. And as well as you can use these on the tomatoes, and the tomatoes usually do pretty well. These are cherry tomatoes there, but we'll go ahead and we'll take care of spraying the tomatoes. My wife said don't spray anything else, but I'm going to go ahead and get the tomatoes. Let's walk back here, and is that beautiful salvia is really starting to bloom and take off. So pretty. Okay, so let's walk back here and we'll take a look at the squash back here. And you can see that these 2 are struggling. Those were started from seed. Maybe it's because, the seed are not viable, not healthy seeds, not really sure. But these plants are not doing well, as you can see. And the white stuff is not powdery mildew, it's diatomaceous earth. That big squash, we did buy that from one of the local plant nurseries. That one's doing really well. That's actually a zucchini. But these are yellow squash, these two. That is a yellow squash, not doing well, as you can see. Yellow squash, really struggling. Yellow squash, not doing well. This one, this one, this one, that one, and that one all planted at the same time. All yellow squash, really struggling, not doing well. Here's the cantaloupe. Now these were all planted from seed. That one's doing, reasonably well. That one's doing reasonably well. That one's struggling. That one's really struggling. That one's gone. Gone. That's been gone. More diatomaceous earth. I'm going to spray these two. I'm going to spray those two with the fungicide and then just see what happens. Okay. Now let's go over and take a look. Let's go over and take a look at the crepe myrtle with the powdery mildew I was telling you about. We've had a lot of rain in the last 10 days. And this is south central Texas. We're in zone 9B. And, we're always humid. Of course, this time of year, a lot of rain. And cannas are starting to bloom. How beautiful. This will be yellow. Of course, this bunch is all going to be orange. Let's go over here and take a look at these. Look at these. We call these Mexican honeysuckle. I think that's what those are, but they're blooming. They're real pretty. Okay. Now, I don't know if you can see. You can see yeah. Okay. So that's powdery mildew. More powdery mildew back there. And it's in a few more places. Overall, the plant is doing really well. But we'll go ahead and we'll treat this with the fungicide. It's real important because if you don't treat your plant, then what will happen is that it, well, of course, you won't get a nice bunch of blooms when it is supposed to start blooming. It really does affect the production of the blooms and kind of stunts the growth, new growth and the flowering. So that's real important to go ahead and take care of the fungicide. But this gets basically hit with the powdery mildew every year. So that's what I'll do this morning. And then maybe in another month or two, we'll do another video and I'll show you how the fungicide, what it did, if it helped or not. It does help. Okay, well, thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time.